big advantage to any set of bowlers, but we're expecting that the pitch will play just the same as it did earlier on this morning. This morning we had a very low scoring game. The most runs, it was I think somewhere around the 60s, but we expect that this afternoon's game will be one that the result coming out of this game does not affect the table really, but it will be an exciting game. We have the captains here with us this afternoon and our match referee, Mr. Calix. With the coin is the captain of the Denry segment, Rising Stars. Lennis, you could flip the coin. The call is tails, and the match referee says that it's heads. So the Denry Rising Stars have won the toss. Lennis, what are you going to do?
Yeah, we're going to have a bowl today.
Is there any specific reason why you're going to bowl first?
Yeah, because I think we have a good bowling attack. There we can restrict the batsmen of the Viewport team to a modest total, and we could go and chase it in the second innings.
Is it a modest as in your last name? Lennis, any changes that you've made to your team as compared to the last game?
Yeah, well, because of injury, we have a player out, and we have Giovanni Clement coming in for Vernon Alexander. Emmanuel, sorry.
All right. Any specific things now? You have not. It's your first time participating in the tournament, and you have had one game played, and you've gone down in that game, a very close game. Let's wish you all the best in that game and moving forward in the tournament.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay, we have Dishon Rampal, the new captain, because we know that his captain is a bit injured today. That's Hafiz Ali. Dishon is with us from the Viewport South Sunrisers. Dishon, what would you have done if you had won the toss?
Well, we would still go on bat. Yesterday we had a very fantastic day yesterday for our batting, scoring at least 93. And we believe that we have a very good batting lineup, so we would at least put some runs on the board and go ahead and defend it.
What total would you be looking at being comfortable that you'd be able to defend today?
Today we're looking at maybe a good 120, 140 runs in that 10 overs.
All right. Dishon, any changes to the team apart from the captain who's out on injury?
Yes, definitely. We have Ignatius coming in for Grayson Joseph.
All right.
And Hafiz Ali is out, so
yes.
we have Evan Ditterville coming in.
All right. Thank you very much. Let me wish you all the best in your game.
Thank you.
We have it here, the match between the Viewport South Sunrisers and the Denry segment Rising Stars. Denry segment Rising Stars won the toss and have decided that they are going to bowl first.
Well, the reports coming from our man in the middle. It's good weather continues to rain down here at the Darren Sammy, and Denry segment won the toss on a bowling, and the two teams playing for pride.
It's certainly playing for pride, and we have a Denry segment team. If we just look at the lineup quickly, Lennis Morris, the captain, Maya Stanislas, Giovanni Clement, Ishmael Clement there for Denry segment, Ligorius Alexander, Rudel Mathre, Dylan James, Zenas Modest, Bradley Giddens, and Garnell Sherbin for Denry segment.
Viewport South.
The Sunrisers, they have a standing captain today is Dishon Rampal. He's replacing Hafiz, who got injured in the previous match. Is Quint Mesmin, Javid Burke, Jalen Chandler, the Evan Ditterville, Ignatius Alexander Shelton, St. Rose, the effervescent Shelton, Sean Francois, Ray Joseph, and Atanas Alberson. Kamani Law is the 11th man as well, and Grayson Joseph and Hafiz Ali are out today.
Okay, so the action starting from the far end in the Players Pavilion, the Kaimaje end, and Viewport South, St. Rose and Challenger opening, and it's going to be modest to start, but they're just stretching those legs. But victory early on, as we said, we had a situation where there was so 68 for 4 and Viewport 71 for 2. 71 for 2. And now we're in the second game. Good evening to all our friends in India, especially our sponsors, Dream 11, and welcome to everyone in St. Lucia. You're enjoying your Sunday, wherever you might have been. We assume you're home. If you're going out, be careful. And just waiting for the tick-tock to come to exactly the starting time. Everything has been going on schedule. I think it's been a well-run tournament so far.
So far it's been good. Everything has been falling in place nicely. And of course, the fielding team, right-handed batting team, umpires just waiting for that clock. So they've been on point.
Yes, and you know, what is important for a tournament like this is for the teams to arrive on time.
And especially those coming from, you know, far, all the way down south and coming through and getting there on time.
So we're gonna start with Marlis, the challenger, that's tucking out in the onside, and thinking of the signal, they decided against it. So Marlis from the far end. But although they have maybe no chance, I think everyone wants to at least end with a good performance.
Yes, certainly want to give a good account of themselves here. This is their first outing in the Dream 11 T10 Blast.
Chandler just opening the face of the bat and steering it nicely. The body weight was on the back leg, so that suggested the length was a little back of a length. Rotates the strike very soon, and St. Rose, one of the popular names in St. Lucia, is now coming to strike. Large crowd of people sitting on the far side, all together. One of the teams that had played earlier decided not to leave, maybe waiting for their transport or asked the transport to wait. So just checking the stumps, guard being taken by the left-handed St. Rose, and guard now being double-checked. So all is ready for the third delivery from the far end, bowling around the wicket, and that's a turn just outside the pad and turning it a fine leg, and again the strike is rotated, which is good. Everyone gets a sighter. I once played in a fat match at Guyana. I was the non-striker, and my partner wanted a signal and was playing the ball straight to gully, straight to point. Well, he eventually ran me out. I never even got a chance to face. This hit over the head of the bowler down towards mid-off, and the mid-off got to the ball, and instead of maybe able to pick it up cleanly, knocked it further on, had to then chase after the ball, and quite rightly, they came back for the second run.
Yes, he knocked it all the way to the mid-on area, had to run across when the mid-on fielder was really running to cover him. So it was a bit of a comedy of errors there.
Sylvie is driven nicely by the left-hander down towards mid-on. So the strike score goes up to 5 without loss. It's a run-a-ball situation.
Good rotation of strike from the two openers for the Viewfort South Sunrisers, Chandler as well as St. Rose.
So Rose back in strike is yet to get off the dreaded knot and gets the good delivery that came back into the left-hander. St. Rose did look to play an attacking shot, got it down towards a short third man. And that's complete the first over. 5 without loss. 5 without loss. And tomorrow the competition goes into the main draw officially.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up. Start the day. Maybe it's because you know people like you are waiting for people just like you. For Republic Bank, that reason is you. It's all about making a difference in your life. Because after 182 years, if it's one thing we're sure about, is that the difference is you.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Who just won earlier, just sticking around to get a bit of the action from the second match.
Well, that's good. But, 100 people watching a game can bring very important atmosphere. I mean, you hear of great shots, nice shot, great delivery, brilliant stop. 100 people can really make the atmosphere. That's delivery, which is in fact bowling off stump. Seemed to miss him totally. For a moment, I couldn't believe that he had played all around it. So, very good start by Denry, picking up a very early wicket. Seemed to be a fairly harmless delivery, no real devil.
Yeah, Rudel Maffrey bringing this one right up to Chandler, and Chandler playing all around it, missing a ball as well, and playing all around it and losing his off stump in the process.
Yes, I was just thinking about the contrasted colors of the two teams. The fielding side, Denrig, has got a mixture of black and a bright pink. A pink that was rejected by the West Indies team in Australia. It refused to play in pink because it suggested at that time, it's probably more accepted now, that pink was not a color for men. Now there's a saying that big men wear pink. Well, the world has changed.
Things have changed.
And in contrast, what we've got, we have got a little bit of pink also in the batting side.
Yes. the batting side have a pink top and pink trimmings on the pants with the fielding team with black and trimmed with pink. So there's a lot of pink out there.
If you just joined us in Wales, you'll think it's a dress parade. But we're just doing justice to the colours. We're trying to do justice to Maturin, who's got 1 for 1. That's outside the land, we off stump and a wide call.
And rightfully so, Maffrey just straying away a little too far from the new batter, who's Mesmin, Quint Mesmin. He's joining his partner Centrose, and they both are not really.
Yes, Mesmin reminds me of a friend of mine who works at Liat. He's a big cricket fan. Delivery which is hit down the ground in almost in Cornwall style, that kind of stand, and whenever you pitch up to me, I'm going to hit you.
And he didn't even move Mesmin. He just struck this one and he watched it go as if to say that he was sure that it was heading to the boundary.
Yes, it came off the bat. Very sweet. So 10 for 1. Mesmin is exactly 4. This delivery is back, playing in a crouching manner as if he just felt it kept a little low at the end and push it out towards square cover. So the main draw will be filled officially this afternoon. We wouldn't pontificate on that, but the tournament starts in full tomorrow. Maturin in, and that is slapped through the covers, through extra cover, and yet another boundary. So
yeah, good shot from Mesmin through extra cover, and the fielder there, Captain Lennis Morris, didn't have a chance as this one was rocketing through to the boundary. Good shot there from Mesmin. He's shown his intentions right off the bat.
So 1.4 overs on the board, 14 for 1. And one will think that the Cricket Association will be coming up with, see there was a call today for more longer version of the game, people calling for more one-day cricket, two-day cricket. Solitary slip, delivery which is, again, hit powerfully down the ground, they take one, they come back for the second, and just getting it there with a final dive. But had the deeper fieldsman backed up the guy who coming from mid-on, they wouldn't have had the second run. But once the mid-on didn't pick it up, it did allow the second run, which takes it to 16 for 1.
Credit to the batsmen, of course, some aggressive running there from them.
And that's an awkward-looking shot as he tried to spin around and hit it down towards backward square. So over number 2 is completed, and with the Denver segment sending in Viewfort South. Viewfort South are 16 for 1, and hoping to at least to go back to their respective homes with a victory under their belt.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up. Start